Dragon Ball FighterZ has been out for a couple of months shy of a full year at this point, but now it's out on the Nintendo Switch, which means there's going to be a lot of new players that are probably going to feel a lot like Yamcha when they make the jump into online play. So, if you're new to Dragon Ball FighterZ and you want to power up, here are the tips you need to know to begin your journey. Dragon Ball FighterZ is a 4-button fighting game, with 3 of those buttons being dedicated to light, medium, and heavy attacks, and the 4th being used as a special attack button, usually for projectiles. Just about every single special move in this game can be performed with a quarter circle motion and one of these 4 buttons. Pressing the right trigger will initiate a super dash, which allows you to approach at high speed, and follow up with an air combo if it hits. We'll dive into super dashes later as it's an extremely important mechanic, but for now, just know that it exists. Pressing the medium and heavy buttons at the same time will execute a vanish, which costs a bar of meter and can be used to get out of a tough spot, deal quick damage, and extend combos. This too is an extremely important mechanic, especially when it comes to extending combos, snapping back your opponent's characters, or simply landing that final hit on a nearly defeated enemy. On the defensive side, FighterZ is your typical fighting game affair. Hold back to block, down and back to block low. Blocking low blocks everything but overheads and jumping attacks, but you must stay stationary. High block can defend against overheads and jumping attacks and allows you to move backwards, but you will get hit from low attacks. To defend against a Dragon Rush, which are essentially this game's version of a throw, simply press any attack button just as the Dragon Rush makes contact. Level 1 super moves are performed with a quarter circle forwards and either the right bumper or trigger, and level 3 supers are performed with a quarter circle back and either the right bumper or trigger. Super moves are a huge source of damage, so make sure you're always ending combos with one when you can, if damage is your goal. By pressing the right trigger or bumper during one character's super, you can use what's known as a delayed hyper combo, or DHC, to call in one of your characters and have them use their super. DHCs are not only a great way of adding damage, but they're also extremely useful to tag out a damaged character safely. Sparking Blast is a comeback mechanic that increases damage, meter gain, and health regeneration, and is activated by pressing both triggers at the same time. Its duration depends on the number of characters left on your team, so the fewer characters you have, the longer it lasts, making it especially powerful when you've only got one character left. Auto combos can be performed by mashing either the light attack or the medium attack for a basic but nonetheless substantial combo. If you're just getting your feet wet, auto combos are a great way to do damage while learning these fundamentals, but know that you'll only be able to get so far with them. All of this essentially consists of your core skills that you'll need to know to put up a fight in Dragon Ball FighterZ. If you want to start winning those fights though, here's what you'll need to know. One of the neat things about Dragon Ball FighterZ is that there's sort of a universality to the roster. Many characters share the same advanced combo inputs, and usually it's something like this: down medium, medium, jump light, medium, down heavy, super dash, light, medium, jump, light, medium, heavy, super. That's the core foundation of many big damage combos in Dragon Ball FighterZ. If you're just starting out, I'd recommend using a character like Super Saiyan Vegeta, who's a very solid character to have in general, but also because he's got big damage combos that are pretty easy to pull off, and the muscle memory that you build while learning them will also apply to other characters. One thing that you'll run into a lot, especially at lower levels of competitive online play, are people that just love to spam the super dash, which makes sense because it's A, safe on block, B, comes out really fast, C, forces your opponent to react rather than allowing them to implement their own game plan, and D, can lead to a lot of damage. However, there's one big weakness of the super dash, which is the fact that it can be punished extremely hard with a down heavy smash attack. Go into practice mode, set the computer to use super dashes, and practice not only the timing of punishing them, but also make sure you have a combo memorized to make sure that the risk of them using a super dash is not worth the reward. Like this. Being a tag team fighting game, Dragon Ball FighterZ is big on the mechanic of swapping in and swapping out your characters. Whenever you take damage, a small amount is lost for good, but a large chunk is what's called blue life, which is life that can be regenerated if you tag that character out. Once a character is gone, they're gone for good, so make sure that you switch the damaged characters out regularly and don't swap in a character that has a lot of blue life to recover, because once they're tagged in, all of that blue life goes away. That being said, don't recklessly tag in characters either. Predictable tag-ins can be punished much like super dashes, and then the character you just switched can be snapped back in, causing them to lose all their blue life immediately. Here are some examples of safe ways to tag in your partner, which are almost always preferred as opposed to raw tags. Along those same lines, it's also important to stop your opponent from recovering their blue life, which is why you should also have a combo memorized that's designed to snap a character back into play. Fortunately, they're pretty much the same for most characters. Hello. Basically, you're looking for a combo that takes you high up into the air, allows you to smash them back down, and then you immediately want to vanish to wall bounce them, and then Dragon Rush to snap. You've got 3 ways to open up an opponent: landing a high attack, landing a low attack, or landing a Dragon Rush. If you get too attached to your bread and butter combo strings, good players will be able to pick up on your tendencies and block your offense. That's where mix-ups come in. A mix-up simply refers to a move that puts the opponent in a position where they must guess how they need to block, whether it be high, low, or left, right. Some characters like Yamcha excel at this thanks to his Wolf Fang Fist, which innately has an option that lets him cross up the opponent. Other characters will have to work a little harder. We can devote a whole video to mix-ups, but since this video is aimed at keeping things at a beginner to intermediate level, you should at least know that every character has an overhead mapped to forward medium that you can insert into your combos at just about any point. A good strategy is to use an assist right after you use your forward medium overhead to get a combo started. Like this one, for example. This combo would normally have a low medium on the 3rd hit, but instead we went for an overhead that must be blocked high, and then followed it up with a Yamcha assist that allows us to keep the combo going for big damage. Hopefully these tips should give you a solid foundation to get started in Dragon Ball FighterZ. If you're still looking to up your game, check out my next video that goes into a bit more detail with regards to assists, mix-ups, while also exploring added ways to extend combos, team synergy, reflex, wake-up options, and more. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube and you enjoyed this video, why not do me a favor and drop a like? And as always, for everything else Dragon Ball FighterZ, keep it here on IGN.